It's interesting. Every Friday, for some reason, more spaces to park.
There are more.
Right?
There are more spaces. Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning. Larry, last night you had a wedding or something because we didn't see your face and just listen quietly.
No, unfortunately, I was traveling. I came out east, and when you drive out here, there's just no receptions. It's very difficult.
Interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe that out here with so many people that the internet or actually the cell service is terrible.
Wow. There's something fascinating about this experience of the first story of the parasha, and Abraham taking in the Malachim. In reality, Abraham Avinu didn't do any achnasat orchim. This is three angels. They made believe that they are eating, yes. And still, all the rewards that were given to the Jewish people in the Midbar are meshed. Midah keneged midah. All the commentators, this is really all the commentators say, you see here a big yesod. The yesod is that the mitzvah that you do is what you invest from your heart. If so in reality, you did nothing. Because in every mitzvah, yes, it's my decisions to do and the effort and the heart that I'm putting in, saying something interesting, Jimmy. Abraham Avinu didn't do any achnasat orchim. But the malachim didn't eat, yes. And still,
but he put the food on the table?
And still all the reward of Am Yisrael in the future is based on that, to teach us by every mitzvah. It's not what you do, it's what this,
the heart.
This and this, and what you know what is. Abraham Avinu has, when he went to fight for Sodom, he has 380 people with him. Couldn't you send someone to bring the bread, send someone to bring the... Abraham is 99 after a surgical operation. Either he did to himself or whatever someone did to him, and it's 120 degrees outside. This is the first mitzvah that stays forever after the Brit Milah. You realize the power of this mitzvah. Now he's doing a mitzvah like...
You know, Rabbi, I think we can feel it today the most. Everything is on autopilot.
Right.
I remember myself, I used to go pick up flowers for Shabbat. Now you lose the flavor
right.
of you know, when you go yourself and you buy them and you bring them home, it's one thing. Now you come home to spend your
even buying flowers, you used to stop at the flower stand, you pay, you choose, you carry.
Something you feel part of them as well. Today, you just see it on Amex at the end of the month.
No, but this is exactly what the psukim.
You know, when you do something yourself.
Doesn't matter that Abraham did for a reason though. He did it to spread Hashem. If he wasn't, he was trying to convert people. Put it that way. Now, if he wasn't trying to convert people, would he have done the mitzvah and he's still getting credit for it?
Eli is asking. It's a very interesting question. Why? Because the Midrash says we from young age know that Abraham had a tent or a house, whatever. And the Midrash said he built in major intersections
On purpose.
homes to put food for anyone, people he never saw. Because Abraham Avinu is not doing this carefully.
He put a sign, free food?
Yeah. But here's the point. Abraham Avinu is doing chesed I mean, I'll give you an example. I'm coming from the Minyan upstairs, a guy comes, okay, I give him $1, $5, okay? Now, for a split of a second, I judge it, yes? Looks, Abraham Avinu is doing it only because Hashem is doing chesed in the world. So every time he serves, it's not only the poor and the needy, because I have mercy on them and I feel bad for them. It's because simply Hashem is doing with each one of us chesed every day. You realize. Basically, what Jimmy said, this is the Tomer Dvorah. Of course, what Eli says is, of course, correct also.
So, Rabbi, how do you? We have an obligation before you give money to check.
No,
the halacha is
an
not
obligation because the guy might take it to gamble in Las Vegas.
Let's say he doesn't need it.
I don't care if he buys a car with you. As long as
that's what the checking is, that he doesn't do something illegal.
Normally, or he really needs it because he's poor. A lot of money is coming from how much money comes out of America.
Actually, we just said the opposite of it with Melachim, because what his intention was, Abraham, to feed them.
Over there was very clear. Yes? Let's compare the way Abraham.
No, Rabbi, the reason I'm asking, we have a class Tuesday night, so we're dealing with Mechtav Eliyahu. So it says Abraham was unbridled chesed, and which is what we're seeing, just give.
Right.
And that, but Borei Olam didn't want that at the end. You can't just have chesed without any gevura, which is some restrictions on it. So the test to Abraham.
What are the restrictions?
No, you do chesed even with someone who doesn't deserve it, someone who's achsani.
Maybe it's not chesed
Let's differentiate between chesed and tzedakah. What's the difference between chesed and tzedakah?
In a second.
Have a little judgment.
Let's compare now the way Lord welcomes the Malachim. Look a second on page 84, Perek Yutet. Look at Pasuk Aleph. Vayavohu Shnei HaMalachim Sdoma. Keep in mind, והנה שלושה אנשים ניצבים עליו בלוט, by Abraham, by Lord, the Pasuk, not only to Malachim, the Pasuk says, Lot realizes right away, he realizes right away that this is not an ordinary two Arabs who are going with the kafia and,
They weren't wearing kafiyas there? Sedom is really where they should have worn.
So, look a second, the Lord Yoshev B'Sar Sdom, but pay attention, we never look at this way. Vayar Lot, Vayakam Nikratam, Vayishtachu Apayim Artz. Let's go in slow motion. I'm sitting, yes, and I see two dignified people, okay? Stand up. Now, Abraham Avinu, מה כתוב באברהם אבינו? Go back.
Vayaratz Nikratam.
Vayaratz Nikratam. Jimmy, in reality, if I see someone, well, how come the Pasuk skipped Vayakam? Abraham flew out of the chair.
Vayaratz is including Vayakam.
You realize Abraham is not standing. Abraham is running from the chair. To show you how eager Abraham was in one word here. Vayaratz Nikratam. And by Lord,
He just got up.
yes. Now, if you really compare the two, Lot really demonstrated mamash b'simut nefesh. I mean, Lot knows exactly that the people of the town are not going to approve, and they're going to be after him. Nevertheless, a pele. Look a second. When Lot is being saved, there is a very interesting Rashi. Look a second. Just a second. Look a second on page 88, Larry Bayut's Perek Yutet, Pasuk 29. Page 88, Pasuk 29. Pasuk says, Vayehi. Remember, this is already after Sodom is destroyed. And the Pasuk, so to say, captures or summarizes. Vayehi. Meshachet Elohim et alei hakikar. Then, remember, this is already after Lot is Vayizkor Elohim et Avraham, and therefore, Vayishalach et Lot mitoch ha'aficha. It's clear in the pasuk that Lot is saved.
Because of Abraham.
Look at what?
Does Lot know that he was saved because of Abraham?
Yes, second. Let's see the Rashi. Says Rashi.
It's a fruit though, right?
You know, Rabbi, if you're gonna learn this pasuk, is very. What do I need the end of the pasuk for? Vayishalach et Lot mitoch ha'aficha. What do I need? B'hafoch et ha'arim asher shabahem Lot. What is that adding into the whole?
Vayizkor Elohim. Look at the Rashi on the bottom last, on the left.
What did he remember?
Vayizkor Elohim et Avraham on the bottom left. Maz chirato shel Avraham Lot. Is it because he has an uncle who is a great rabbi? No. נזכר שהיה לוט יודע, תן לדבר, ששרה אשתו של אברהם, ושמע שאמר אברהם במצרים על שרה אחותי, אילו את אברהם הסקצ'גית ולא גילה את הדבר שהיה חס עליו, לפיכך חס עליו. All the great commentators are wondering. Here the man is demonstrating, right? Almost Mesirut Nefesh, for Achnasat Orchim, it doesn't count. What counts? That he's not informing on his mentor, his uncle. What's the big
Who took care of him?
Yeah, who took care of him. This is, I mean, you like to swallow this type of great Torah, but this is the myth. Yeah? Lot was raised by Abraham, so Lot is a puppet trained. Achnasat Orchim is in your blood. It's not you. It's what you are trained to. It doesn't show a lot. Money is the Achilles heel of Lot. He's departing from his uncle to go to make money. Imagine if he would have said, guys, this guy is catching you.
He gets everything.
He would come out a millionaire. This is what counts. See this?
So you're not giving him credit for the Achnasat
No,
Orchim?
everyone agrees.
No. So to speak,
No,
you're
no.
saying he
I'm
didn't
saying,
have
no,
habit.
Jim, I'm saying, it's not enough. No, it's not enough to show you that we do give him credit.
But no, but Rashi doesn't learn it like that necessarily.
This was hard.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Rashi is quoting this Chazal. All the commentators want it by Skor Elohim. No, it should be because of Achnasat Orchim. The pasuk clearly is hinting that there is a connection, not because Abraham is a great man. By Skor Elohim et Abraham, Hashem remembers something he did for Abraham. How do we know?
But no, but he goes back to look back at Pasuk Aleph. What do you need Lot to see? What did Lot see? If they were there by Yavohu, Lot didn't need to say Vayar because if they were there, he had to see them. What did Lot see? Rashi's very smart. He says, Vayar Lot, mi beit Avraham lamad lachzor al orchim.
Right. On the contrary, Rashi is saying, what Rashi is really saying, I'm using an example only, okay? Rashi is saying, I mean, I'll use an analogy that this is a good analogy that in a second I'll come back to Lot. Larry is pointing out that as the Malachim approach Sdom, it says Vayar Lot. What did he see? Listen carefully. Every morning we say Baruch Atah Hashem Elokeinu Melech Haolam Pokeach et Lev. And the last bracha is Amavir Shena Be'inai. You separate. Many of us are sleepwalking. Many of us are sleepwalking through life. What you see is not the real
It's the
picture.
liberals, Rabbi.
You know what Rashi means Vayar?
Jimmy,
Vayar means he understood and he analyzed. What do I see? Vayar, he captures the picture. He captures the picture.
That's so stupid.
And
So
yes,
this is like Vayishma
Yes.
Yitro in
like Bishmai in Reiyah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Look a second now.
Elsewhere, it says that he was saved because of Ruth. Now, does Rashi say it elsewhere? Somewhere else, somebody says,
Those last
is this
week's
a machloket? Or is the two opinions go together? He was saved because of Ruth and he was saved because of...
Why does he have to be saved by what? Save his daughters. The daughters are the ones that play with the Lord can be At that point, look,
You're right, that's a good point, no, so,
this is the answer. The answer is, it's both. It's him, in a minute will come to you.
Rabbi, what do we need to
Let me say. Look a second, when the Lord notices the Malachim, please listen carefully. Look a second, you realize the Torah has a very long, here, look a second on 84. ויבואו שני המלאכים סדומה בערב ולוט יושב בשער סדום וירא לוט ויקם לקראתם וישתחו אפיים ארצה ויאמר הנה אדוני סורו נא על בית עבדכם. הוא realized like Abraham, I am your עבדכם. ויאמרו לו כי ברחוב נביא. Why? Then ויפצר בם מאוד ויסורו אליו. Says the Ramban, this is the Ramban, this is not, says, how come by Abraham, right away, the same angel said, they ever come again, how come by Lord?
They knew the laws of the city.
Says the Ramban, the Harbot Zechuto,
Give him more credit.
more credit.
or he has to go to
He needs the credit, he has to be
You
saved.
have to push them
He
harder.
has to be saved. Work more, yes. Which means when you put more effort and you show that
You
you
could have
really
failed
care.
also.
This is despite the fact that we said before the credit was not enough to fully save you. Yes, there is a very famous the Bet HaLevi. This was the father of Chaim of Greece. All the Rabbanim in Lithuania and Russia in general try to shy away from the regular, show that rabbis have to show. So every time you walked in the street, you was dressed as a regular person. It was a Motzei Shabbat, and the Bet HaLevi. This is in Greece, it's been freezing. You know the story?
I think so.
When he went to an inn,
Let's hear.
Right, it's the same story. Anyway, okay, it's interesting because I read the story many times, but last time it's a different version, but it's the same idea. Anyway, the idea is, he's freezing, he's knocking on the door, the guy opens, says, no room for you. Says, I'm freezing, this is it. Obviously, he doesn't realize this is Rabbi Brisk. He says, okay, come in, he pushes him in the back, and the rabbi notices that the inn is preparing something big. One of a grand Hasidic rabbi comes in an hour and a half, and they give them the Hasidic rabbi, and they yes, rabbi, come sit next to me. Yes, the innkeeper. Okay, so normally, the way this Bar Torah that you know, normally goes like this. He comes to apologize, and he says,
I would have known.
Sorry, I didn't know.
yeah. So see, this story probably either happened twice or a similar story. The version I saw last night is as follows. The Beit HaLevi says,
Well, could you lower the camera because it's very hard to hear with Thank you, Rabbi Parag. Thanks, Jojo.
so he comes to apologize, as always, Lord, I know that you are this. So the Beit HaLevi says to him, now I understand. Beit HaLevi answers the question we had before. How come he doesn't get credit for the Achnasat Orchim? Says, you know why? Because Abraham Avinu took them as barefoot Arab. Lot already notices that it's not a big deal to kill a guy from the street when he's a great rabbi or this. So there's no credit for this.
That's a good answer, I like that answer.
No, it's a beautiful answer. It's not-
It really is.
No, but Eli, but look at the pasuk. ויבואו המלאכים סדום.
Yes.
זה אנשים. Answer is not realize. I don't know if you knew that angels, but you realize this is not.
Hashud.
Hashud. Okay, you take the minutes very nice of you. This is okay. The other version of the story, which is that that he says to him, no, which means
Rabbi, I was asking on this pasuk you quoted before.
yeah, which one?
Rashi told us that the Lord had the merit of he kept quiet.
Yeah.
So why are you telling me here? Abraham. Who cares? You didn't save him because of Abraham.
But this is the point.
You saved him
No.
because of his
So
own.
why is Hashem saving him?
Because
of
he kept quiet.
because of Abraham. ככה אומר
Why? Because of Abraham that he kept quiet?
זה מה שרש"י אומר.
Yeah, I know,
This
but
is
that's not
exactly-
that's not the pshat of the
but
pasuk.
this
But
is
you
the-
can check the pshat.
but
The
this is
pshat.
exactly-
Look at that. Look at the nekudot. There's an atmach and Abraham. Stop. Read the pasuk. Abraham. Period. Abraham atmach is a stop sign. You don't combine them. Same pshat. I'm not saying it's.
Abraham facilitated the safety of, I mean, the Lord facilitated the
But
safety of
also the
Abraham.
story that the rabbi just
I
said.
mean, his
fits
agent.
also this.
I know, but
Hashem's agent.
simply
But
reading
he's
pasuk.
saying-
I'm saying.
Jimmy is saying, it's not
Abraham-
in the pshat of the pasuk.
Right, זה לא הפשט.
אוקיי, זה דרש. עכשיו תראו עוד דבר פלא, זה רמב"ן,
Jimmy is his father's son.
עוד דבר פלא,
Baruch Hashem.
עוד דבר פלא, זה פסוק.
Why did they come at night? And Avram, they came during the day.
גם כן. So the Ramban, if you read Rashi carefully, he's telling the people, don't come with me. Let me show you where my residence. Lord is afraid. When
Okay, but he still took him in.
no, I read it yesterday. I was in Russia, okay, so I call a guy who was supposed to come to see me, says, listen, I come to greet you at the train station.
So,
Me and you are going to be followed. You see someone there that is going to read. I said, who is the guy? He said, you see, little kid who was standing there with Mishnayot.
you knew right away, that was the sign.
I said, yeah, I said,
Wow.
he said, כן.
Kid with a Hebrew
I'm
father,
saying-
no place.
אמר את זה בעברית, אני אקח אותך לאבא שלי.
Is there any other way to explain giving his daughters?
Okay, so the Ramban,
Even for his daughters.
but this goes back now to our discussion before. We're afraid to say it. These rays that Achnasat Orchim is like putting, this is my joke, I mean, I'm laughing at him, taking the egg and dipping it in salt. I have kids in Flatbush, they don't keep Shabbat, but Chas v'Shalom, hard for them to eat without salt. Which means, says the Ramban, I copied the language of the Ramban, I saw the Ramban yesterday, this is the Ramban, only the Ramban can say, says the Ramban,
There's a Ramban here if you want.
לא היה זימת אנשים מרוחק בעיניו. Saying it shows the deep inside, you are attracted to a woman, which means a woman is worthless. It's taking
Woman is worthless by Lot.
Yeah, that didn't
The
matter.
fact that you can offer your daughter,
He had no
show
love.
basically take my daughter. I mean,
Yeah.
it's exactly what the Ramban.
Wow,
מבין מאוד.
meant nothing.
The Ramban knows it. Because we understand. And the answer is because you are
The culture.
crazy about
The culture. Look at today, the culture in America today. Everything is abnormal, is normal.
this is on the
That's
other
the
hand.
past changing.
And הכנסת אורחים בעברית,
January 2024.
but
It's already changing.
Jimmy wants to have mass deportation on January 20 from the Kingdom.
and הכנסת
Not just
אורחים,
ISIS coming down. I'm going to use that.
and הכנסת
I don't want to pay
אורחים,
for it. I want to get it free.
and הכנסת אורחים, in his blood, realize, tipesh, you're doing it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I never saw it, but I saw in the Ramban, the Chazal say that, well, I mean, it's hard to
Is he
believe.
learning it from the word Vaneda'im? Because they say Vaneda'im usually means that
She
were-
says clearly to have relationship with
they're
them,
with
they
the
don't want
man.
them. Which means they are telling them, we need them for a sexual relationship. So he says, oh, let me give you my daughters. My daughters are betulot, so he says, yeah.
Look, today's society today, until recently, the pronouns he, shem, their, who, what. It was like, to them was normal, this is like still crazy.
Now, but here is the point. Let's,
Rabbi, so there was an ad they said, we didn't see it in New York, but in battleground states, the ad said, Kamala is for he, she, them, whatever pronouns.
And I'm for you.
Donald Trump is for you. Said that they blasted. Look at the genius. That cut through the whole. She's for abstract, and he's for you. That, you know, the average guy. That's all he has to hear.
That's what I want.
That's what I'm saying. But
And it
that's
happens to be a med also.
no. But the fact is,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
for
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know, people like to hear.
Listen carefully, listen carefully now. Listen carefully
We see
now.
these ads, you know, we don't
Let's
live in the battleground.
follow. Let's follow Lord as he is running out of town. Listen carefully. 86.
86.
ויהי Look at Pasuk Yud Zayin. This is Perek Yud Tet. ויהי כהוציאם אותם החוצה ויאמר, you realize one malach. Two people came, הימלט על נפשך, אל תביט אחריך ואל תעמוד בכל הכיכר, הרה הימלט, כן? Did you ever think about it? Go, look at the Rashi, הרה הימלט, you see the Rashi?
הימלט על נפשך.
אצל אברהם ברך, שהוא יושב בהר, go back home, go back home. ההר הימלט אצל אברהם, שהוא יושב בהר שנאמר ויעתק משם ההר. ואף עכשיו היה יושב שם, שנאמר עד המקום אשר היה שם בתחילה. So he's telling them, go to your uncle. I mean, did you learn the lesson? You said goodbye for money. You are running with your underpants, yes? Go back now. What does he say? Look a second, what does he say? ויאמר לוט עליהם, אמר אדוני, הננה מצא עבדך חן בעיניך ותגדל חסדך אשר עשית עמתי, ואנוכי, listen carefully now, לא אוכל, פן תדבקני הרעה ומתי. מה זה? The Malachim are saving you. The Malach is telling you, my friend, go back home. Look at the Rashi. Rashi says, Pasuk Yutet, third line here.
Even read the one before. Don't tell me to go to.
Don't tell me to go to my uncle. כשהייתי אצל אנשי סדום, היה הקדוש ברוך הוא רואה מעשיי ומעשה בני העיר והייתי ליראת צדיק.
Rabbi, I can't hear you, Rabbi.
כשהייתי אצל אנשי סדום, היה הקדוש ברוך הוא רואה מעשיי ומעשה בני העיר והייתי ליראת צדיק.
Like Noah.
וכשאבוא
again.
אצל צדיק, אני כרשע. Not realize this, I went too far.
He's going to be judged compared to Abraham.
Correct. If I'm going there,
Noah, it's the same thing with Noah.
let's look a second, וכן אמרה הצורפית לאליהו. Look how Rashi jumps hundreds. The lady from צורפית.
She said, בתוך אני...
באת אליי להזכיר את עווני, עד שלא באת אצלי, says the woman to אליהו, היה הקדוש ברוך הוא רואה מעשיי ומעשה ימי, ואני צדקת ביניהם. ומשבאת אצלי, so Lot admits, I'm unfit now. Okay, let's read carefully. So he's telling the malach, look at פסוק כ', הננה העיר הזאת קרובה לנו שם. Which city is that? There were 5 counties, and when Lot is playing, he's playing for 50, 10 for each. מה פירוש הלא מצערי ותכין נפשי? Read the English translation, Riley, please.
Behold, please, this city is near enough to escape there, and it is small. I shall flee there.
It says small, no, but in modern Hebrew or biblical Hebrew, מצער is small. Look at the Rashi, מה זה מצער? Look at Rashi פסוק כ'. העיר הזאת קרובה ישיבתה. It was established as a city a little later than the other 4. לפיכך לא נתמלאה שעתה עדיין. They are not ready to be destroyed. Yes.
They still have a little room to move.
Umay krevata. What is? Listen to Rashi.
What's this? What's se'ata?
Its baskets are full.
Correct. The basket is not
full of
The same
I
thing.
know that the people there are not the finest, but I know that they still have some credit. No, but why? Listen to this. Says Rashi, it's a long Rashi, I'm not reading all the Rashi. ומה יקרה בה? מתור הפלגה שנתפלגו האנשים והתחילו להתיישב איש איש במקומו, והיא הייתה משנת מות פלג ומשם עד כאן נ"ב.
52 years.
It's 52 years where דור הפלגה, and guys, this is a yesod in life. When you choose where to live, it's not only the environment, it's no, but it's, this is the world. I mean, machine makes.
No, but you know what's unbelievable? Look at this, how bad they got in 52 years. No, I'm saying,
This is
you
a-
just went through
This
Dora
is
Pelaga.
exactly. This is
They were
exactly-
alive, these guys, during Dora
This
Pelaga.
is part. Let's continue.
You know, it's not like it was hundreds of years.
Listen carefully.
The people who were living at that time
So
were
he-
alive
so
during
he
Dora
wants-
Because if it's 52
Why
years,
is that
they
so
lived-
shocking?
they lived an average of, let's say, about 175.
Can't hear the rabbi, can't hear the rabbi.
Then let's
Because
anyway.
he wasn't talking.
Anyway, the malach,
That means, Jimmy, you should stop talking, let the rabbi talk, please.
the malach is accepting. The malach is accepting the plea. So remember, as kids, we know he goes to the cave. He didn't go to the cave. He escapes now to the city. Okay. Okay. Look now on the bottom of the page, 88 on the bottom, pasuk lamed. Vayal Lot Mitzor.
He left.
He left the town. Vayeshev Bahar. Why? Look at the Rashi. Rashi says. Yeah, look at the Rashi, the next page. לפי שהייתה קרובה לסדום. He believed that this city is next. So now he's finding a place. Okay. Now, in the cave, ותאמר הבכירה לצעירה, the elder one says to the young one, אבינו זקן, ואיש אין בארץ לבוא עלינו כדרך כל הארץ. Hey, the city that you just escaped, the city that you just escaped from, there's many young men. As if ואיש אין בארץ. Now, how do you know the entire?
What about the rest of the world?
Like, how about the rest of the world? Says this phono. You just look again. She says to her, "V'ish ein ba'aretz lavo aleinu." This
So,
5 counties are gone. There is a world out there. Says this phono, we are a dignified family.
There's no real man.
There's no real men for us. They're saying, we look at the problems that many families have. Yes, not for us. They're going to sleep with the father. By the way, halachically, everyone agrees. This is halachically.
Rab-
it's called-
Rabbi, they went from,
שבע מצוות, אפס סגן, שבע מצוות בני נוח חילוק ברמב"ם, ופאדר and his daughter is not אסור. It's not nice and they took upon themselves, but legally, yes, the Gemara says that the language of Chazal, only Chazal can say, they gave him the food that he likes, which means that was not very far from it. They knew the father. I mean, after the first night, you wake up in the morning, why did my daughters give me the drink? To realize, where is the wine coming from? They took the wine already when they did it. So it means the plan
Took away their
was a
baggage.
plan. No, but this is
You
it.
take your passport, family
Okay.
photos, and one.
And the first night you can say, okay, well, the second night, the answer is Lot is not really. Now it's a mavhil to think about it, a mavhil, but this is it. David HaMelech is the descendant of this. The Achilles heel of David is boom.
Yes.
In the genes.
No, but to show you every man has Achilles heel. This is his mission in life. It says in Chazal that after David, in the blunder with Bathsheba, all his wives, David listen, he told his wife to put the nicest makeup and to wear bikinis, but he didn't touch them for years after. Because he realized this is what my Achilles
But that's,
אף אחד לא יודע.
So you should put.
no, that wasn't that.
The bikinis, of course, is me saying.
In the bed wasn't David, it was Palti Ben Laish.
Yeah, that's someone else.
Yeah.
Rabbi,
But he been lies for 3 years.
With Shaul's daughter.
And the Gemara,
Shaul's daughter.
the Gemara said that the Nishayon of Parti Ben Laish, Gemara says, yeah, Michal. The Gemara says that
Shaul's
there's,
daughter, he married David.
yes,
Rabbi,
listen again.
they went from giving his daughters to the mob, to the whole mob, and then they're worrying about who's good enough for them because they're upstanding family.
Of this
mean-
phone that we are afraid to admit. It's very often. Okay, when a daughter finds someone good, everyone is happy.
Even the
Your
mafia,
daughter-
even the mafia has hierarchy.
But when your daughter is in an upper age and you're unique, sometimes it's you, not your daughter. The Stabler once before.
That's human nature, Rabbi.
Before coming today.
Before
Coming today. Everyone is in the mood of forgiving. That's up to a man. You're killing your daughter.
Oh.
Remember, Yom Kippur is coming. You're killing your daughter. She is not married because of you, not because of her.
Oh, wow.
Imagine. I mean, you realize the only shot like that. I mean, how much judgment you've got to you need to say it. Not saying it
He
privately.
must have had some inside
No,
information.
Obviously, because the daughter probably came to this a few times and she complains, and then very often it's
Rabbi, so we say the ish law, there's no man that's worthy of us.
כך אומר הספורט, yes.
Right, so then how does he take it? So that, but the future Mashiach, David, Ruth, all came from
And the
that
And the contrary, this is very famous. I mean, remember, you have to be a very great commentator. So the Al-Sheikh says, he starts with Yehuda. Yehuda, you realize? Yehuda and Tamar is also the same type of relationship, yes? But this is the point. Says that Al-Sheikh like this. When major things are happening in the world, I mean, the language he's using is the evil forces will never let it go.
Right. The Rashi says it. If you read the Rashi about
Never let it
Yehuda
go.
and Tamar,
It
the Borei Olam is doing in
has
a way.
to be disguised as something bad.
Yeah.
This is by Yehuda and
This way the
Tamar.
Satan would let it
It's
go.
exactly the same.
Rashi says it there.
It's exactly the same. But again, these seeds here are connected to Yehuda and Tamar because later, yes, parents and Zerach are born, the twins are born from the relationship between Yehuda and Tamar.
Zika shit. Yehuda didn't know who it is, and he didn't want to, and Malach Gabriel stopped him. I mean, that's a very
No, but here it's the same. Anyway, you say about Lot, we're trying to make fun of him, but he was drunk. Anyway,
Faday was drunk.
Larry, did you ever read the story that is printed in the introduction of Yigrot Moshe?
Oh yeah, fair. Well, this is a few times.
The story, remember, this is the grandchildren printing in the official biography of the father. In the city of Rabbi Feinstein, there was a fellow that Shabbat, this Shabbat, Parashat Vayera, was ridiculing the Lord very much. The daughters says, you're taking your father for granted, but he really made fun of him. Anyway, the week after, the man becomes very, this is written in the book, he becomes very sick, and the disease is an unknown, especially then. Anyway, Rabbi Feinstein, the rabbi of the city, is coming to visit him. And the man says to him that he had a dream. And in the dream, two ladies came to him and they said, we are the daughters of Lot. Here it is. Do you think, here it is? Do you think we just did it? Look, we named him Moab. Everyone should know, unlike Christianity that claims, says we could have said that we are pregnant from there, you know.
Hide it.
God wants so
Immaculate
to
to
say,
supernatural.
He told him we did it mamash l'shem shamayim, and kach אמרו לו, you are going to die from this. Rabbi Feinstein used to tell over the לא אמר השם של האיש, but used to tell over the story, and the children found it necessary to print it. Which means Rabbi David Feinstein and Rabbi Reuven, it's in the book, introduction of volume 6, I think, or 7.
That's not a Saradash Shalishi.
No, which means we cannot jump to judge, especially biblical figures. We look at them, we don't understand. Which means that
David Hamelech, we also have to hesitate to
no,
discuss the
but
details.
it's the same idea. I mean, obviously, it's the same idea. Obviously, the pasuk is criticizing, but the
How does
Hebrew,
that fit with the subordinate?
what?
How could that fit with the subordinate opinion?
This is a good question. It's a good question. But no, the main point over there is that why did the name Moab means Me'ab?
And Ammon,
You have to tell everyone for generations that my son is for my father. The answer is because we are afraid that other people will interpret it. So they are really focusing on the name, not so much on the F. Yes?
Yeah.
you know, because you want to say the Mashiach is born from Basar Vadam, not a. But it's interesting that what you said about the Al Sheikh and Rashi says that people.
She is Hindi.
No, but like I know Larry does like Kabbalah and stuff, but they sometimes
There's no other way to
answer. You can't
He's right, he's
answer.
right.
There's no other
Hear
avenue
what Jimmy says.
to
He's right.
understand why God's doing it in that crazy.
Every time Rashi brings a midrash, why do you bring it? There's no other way to understand it. You see that something big is going on, I have to give you a way.
And the Satan would not let it happen.
Go back a second. Listen to something really fascinating. When Abraham is praying for them, yes, listen carefully to the language he's using. The language is using.
Thank you.
What is the book? Oh, Pidyon Rani is having the Kohen of the Pidyon
My great
Abel
grandson, I'm
of
gonna be the
the
plan.
twins of last week's breed.
Well, the only one's getting the pidyon today.
Only one.
Leave the other one home. Leave the other one home. But reading Hebrew out loud is not one of my strong suits. That's another story.
I mean, it's a simple sentence.
You gonna keep the coin, Jonathan?
No, we're gonna sell that.
Look a second how Abraham is praying. Let's pay attention. It's page 82, yes? ויגש אברהם, ויאמר, please listen good, I'm embarrassed, I know the story more than 70 years. Abraham is asking, after spell tzadikim rasha. So basically, what does it mean? How can you punish the righteous together with, he's asking, you realize he's asking for individuals. Yes? Then, אולי יש 50 צדיקים, האף תספה ולא תיסע למקום למען חמישה. And suddenly he's jumping, save the city. He begins with a question. האף תספה צדיקים רשע השם. So the God of mercy. He will not punish.
I want to save the other ones too.
Suddenly he's jumping. Says the Marbim paragraph. Remember Agadah של Pesach. Hashem himself is going to Mitzrayim. Right? Why is it? He said this. If you send, so to say, an angel of destruction, he has to destroy. You cannot say you are righteous, you're good, he's not good. Hashem says, I have to save all the Bechurim in Mitzrayim, so Hashem goes. Avraham Avinu first thought that Hashem himself is going to destroy. So he's asking him, you know who is a tzaddik, who is not? How can you clear it? The minute you realize it, the Malachim are going to do it, then the entire city is going. Then he says, I have to save the city. So he says, Ulai yesh 50 tzaddikim. What is betoch ha'ir? Listen carefully. So if you look at the Ibn Ezra, Larry, you have right away. Look at the Ibn Ezra. He says betoch ha'ir means they are not hiding as tzaddikim. They are not embarrassed publicly do this. What is the real test? If we are real or not. Right? You are in a public airport, you know that you have to put the filling. Looks strange, very strange. Would you put it or not? People that have tails, who have earrings, are not embarrassed to look like this. Yeah. If you believe, I'm telling you, I was in West 4th Wife in the afternoon. Place is buzzing for people, and Arab takes out. And I was jealous of him. He's not embarrassed, I have to pray. Says that Ibn Ezra, Ulai yesh 50 tzadikim betoch ha'ir. This is, he learns with this real tzadikim. Others are saying, yesh 50 tzadikim betoch ha'ir means people who are involved in the city, they might change the people. He's not asking simply to save the city for no reason, because they might. The third pshat, Ishmael Larry, there's a sefer called Osnaim LaTorah. Shema ma שהוא אומר. He was a rabbi in a big city in Russia, but as always, I mean, this is like 120 years ago, many Jewish youth already became totally anti-religious. Says 1 year, after a day after Kippur is on the train, and some members of his community, but it's the bad people on the train, they wanted to tease him. Day after Kippur, one says to the other, which restaurant did you eat yesterday? Kippur. What did you eat? What did you eat? The rabbi gets the message. The rabbi was very sharp. He says, listen, you listed 7 names, but I know there is an 8th guy. It is part of you. Where did he? Al Kippur?
He doesn't.
Says the rabbi, I understood it is among the wolves, there is a tzaddik also. Says the Oznaim LaTorah, 50 tzaddikim betoch ha'ir, among Sdom there are tzaddikim, but not and even that they couldn't find. Shabbat shalom.
Good Shabbos.
Shabbat shalom, Rabbi. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, Larry.
Shabbos, Heike.
This is this type of parashiyot.
Mazel tov, Ronnie. Mazel tov, Ronnie.
Thank you very much.